Hello and welcome to Ali Chowdhry TV. I'm your host Ali Chowdhry, and in this video I want to talk to entrepreneurs, business owners. Now, if you're providing a product or a service, how much are you charging? How much value are you attributing to your product or service? And are you in this frame of mind where you're thinking, oh, I don't want to charge too much because some people can't afford it, or I don't want to charge too less because it would take away the value. Now, what you need to understand is that do not worry about what other people are doing, especially your competition. Okay, you need to make sure that you're not competing. Now, people do not realize competition was only created for the consumer. That's all it was created for. It was not created for one business to compete with another business. That is the wrong way of looking at it. So what you need to understand, if you are not an expert, or you're not dominating your industry as the leading person, or with whatever you're doing, then what is the point? Why are you competing with other people? You should not be doing that. Now, I was speaking to someone yesterday, a client, about he was running a business and he had X amount of people working for him, and they would pay him a certain amount every month to be under his business. And unfortunately, the charges he was charging were so low. And it didn't make any sense. When I actually sat down with him and I broke down how much he was making, or the people that were using his service through his business were paying him rent, it was ridiculous. They were making more money than they were paying for him for his fees or his licensing costs. It doesn't make any sense. So what you need to understand, if you're charging too little, number one, it means two things. You don't value what you're saying or your product or your service. And number two, it may create the wrong perception that people won't value it itself. Okay, you've got an obligation. If you believe in your product or your service, you charge what you think is necessary. Do not be scared to raise prices. You need to put the prices up. But people are so scared about raising prices because they think, number one, they're going to lose customers. And what the issue is, it's not that you're losing customers. It might be a case you don't have enough customers. So you're just trying to hold on tightly to the ones you have, and you're worried about putting those prices up because you don't want to lose them. So make sure there's clearly an issue there. If you don't have enough customers, are you doing enough to get exposure and to dominate your industry? And that's what you should be looking at. And that way you can raise your prices, because the other people in the same market as you will then start to follow you. So you are now the leader. You're setting the goals. You're setting the trends that people are trying to copy you now. So are you doing enough to get exposure? Maybe obscurity is your issue. If people don't know you, they don't know what you're offering. You might have a fantastic service, and I've mentioned this before. So if you're out there, you're getting maximum exposure, people know what you're delivering, yeah, of course you can put your prices up. But don't be scared to put your prices up, okay? You can put your prices up, probably have less customers, for example, but still be making more money. Does that make sense? But people are so scared of taking risks. If you don't believe in your own product, then how can the customer believe in the product? And it's something that you really need to think about, okay? I've been able to help people doing this, and it's something that you really should think about. If you need any expert advice around this, if you need help with your own business, looking at your own strategies with your sales or your marketing to get more exposure, then just contact me. You can go to alichowdhry.com and contact me via there, or even reply at the bottom of this video. But I hope you think about what I've said and do not be scared to raise your prices. And if you're scared about raising your prices, again, it's looking at you don't believe in your product or your service, or you're scared that you're going to lose customers. And then that can vent back to, have you got enough customers? Are you doing enough to push those customers through the door? That's it, more or less. Okay, you should be dominating your industry. But I've been Ali Chowdhry. This has been Ali Chowdhry TV. And make sure you do subscribe. I've got plenty more content to be given out. So I'll see you in the next video.